Let's talk about one of the fastest growing online industries, crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is when individuals or startups use an online platform to gain funding for a project. Globally, the crowdfunding industry raised $16.2 billion in 2015 and is projected to grow to $96 billion by 2025. Generally speaking, there are four kinds of crowdfunding sites, although some sites include more than one type of crowdfunding. First, debt-based sites. These are where contributors receive interest payments in exchange for their contributions. Examples include Funded Here, Crowdo, and Moolah Sense. Next, equity-based sites, where contributors receive shares in exchange for their contributions. Examples include AngelList, Funnel, Seedrs, and CapBridge. Third, reward-based platforms, where contributors are promised rewards in exchange for their support, like first priority access to the product once it goes live. Examples include Kickstarter, Indiegogo, and Ulule. Finally, donation-based platforms, where donations are charitable and usually tax-deductible. Examples include Indiegogo, Patreon.
Debt investments are different from equity investments in that you do not own a piece of the company. Instead, you are lending funds to the company to be paid back to you at a later date. Suppose you lend $100 to Company X through its crowdfunded debt, due in 3 years at 10% interest. The initial amount you lend, $100, is known as the principal. In return for borrowing your $100, the company promises to pay you 10% or $10 per year for each year you are lending money to the business. After 3 years, the business has an obligation to repay your principal investment, $100. Assuming the business survives those 3 years and is able to repay its debt in full, you will collect $130 at the end of the 3 years for your $100 investment today. Thus, debt investments have limited upside. You can earn no more than your original investment plus interest. However, just like equity investments, debt investments are also inherently risky. If the business goes bankrupt, you can lose your entire principal. In certain cases, the company has an obligation to pay back debt investments according to the contract terms. Thus, debt investments are more predictable in when and how much you will be paid for your investment. You want to invest in Company X when it's worth $100. If you invest $10 in the company, you own 10% of the company. Fortunately for you, the company does very well, and after a few years, the company is acquired for $200. As a 10% shareholder, your stock is now worth $20. On the other hand, if the company does poorly and goes out of business, you as the investor would receive nothing. Thus, when investing in equity, you should be aware that the value of your investment may change over time. A company's value changes based on how much that company is expected to earn in the future. If that expectation changes, the value of the company and your investment will go up or down. Thus, the future value of equity can be unpredictable. Because equity investments have no specific term, it is also very hard to predict when equity investors will be able
The Support Fundraiser feature on Impact Guru enables you to start a mini fundraiser to support the goal of an already live master fundraiser. Here's why you should consider creating a support fundraiser. Speed up the fundraising. Maximize your fundraising by reaching out to a larger audience. Teamwork. Give your supporters a chance to champion your cause without burdening them too much financially. Increases the credibility of the fundraiser. More the support fundraisers, more the credibility of the fundraiser. So let's learn how to create a support fundraiser for an existing fundraiser on Impact Guru with minimal time and effort. To create a support fundraiser, click on the Start a Support Fundraiser option on the right of the Master Fundraiser page. Enter the goal amount, which is supposed to be smaller than the master fundraiser. Enter the name of the campaigner. Mention the email ID. Add your contact number. After reviewing the details that you've entered, finally click on the Start a Campaign button. You will be redirected to the new campaign that you have just created. You have the option to edit the story and images on your support fundraiser to personalize it further. That's all. Now your support fundraiser is created and ready to be shared with the donors. We wish you all the luck for fundraising on impactguru.com.